Leon had never thought a single mission would carry his life so far from the quiet routines he once knew. He had served as a field medic on dozens of deep space assignments, patching up explorers, traders, and the unlucky. Nothing in those years suggested he would one day stand before an alien queen in her sunlit hall, surrounded by soldiers whose armor shimmered like living stone. Yet everything had changed in a single moment, the moment he had thrown himself into danger for someone who was not human at all. The alien world of Rethra glowed with deep sky colors and plains of crystal grass. Leon had been part of a joint relief effort sent after strange tremors shook the planet, and rumors spread that a hostile faction planned to strike at the royal line. Though he held no weapon at first arrival, he carried skill, resolve, and a belief that every life held equal worth. He had no way of knowing that these values would soon be tested beyond anything he imagined. Princess Lyra of Rethra was known among her people as a radiant hope. Young, curious, and gifted with a voice that could calm crowds, she traveled outside the shielded capital for a diplomatic walk among the plains. Leon had been part of the escort team, mostly observing and keeping watch over the delegates arriving from allied worlds. It was meant to be a peaceful event. No one expected an attack. The ambush came without warning, bursting from the deep fog that rose from the plains as the twin suns dipped. Blades of energy carved the haze. Figures in dark armor rushed forward. The guards surrounding Lyra reacted instantly, but they were few. Leon saw the first blast strike one of them, sending him tumbling. He saw Lyra hesitate, caught between running and calling out to her people. He saw the second blast streak toward her. Before thought could intervene, he moved. His body struck hers, shoving her down behind a ridge of crystal grass. The blast hit his shoulder, burning through his medic armor and searing skin. Pain erupted, but he held steady. He dragged her down the slope while shouting to the guards. He had no weapon, only the instinct to shield the vulnerable. When another attack flashed toward them, he turned his back to it again. Braced to take the hit even as his burned shoulder screamed, it never reached him. A guard intercepted at the last instant, deflecting the shot. Reinforcements arrived a moment later, scattering the attackers. Some vanished into the fog. Others fell under the furious defense of the royal guard. When the area cleared, Lyra rose, shaken but unharmed. Leon slumped to one knee, clutching his scorched shoulder, her bright eyes fixed on him with awe. He had not saved her because she was royalty. He had not saved her because he sought reward. He saved her because she was a child in danger, someone whose life mattered. That was enough. Within hours, the story spread through the capital. A human, an off-world medic, had shielded the air with no hesitation. He had taken a blast meant to end the royal line. And so the queen summoned him. Queen Rena ruled from a high throne made of carved lightstone. When Leon stepped into her hall, soldiers lined the walls. Advisors gathered near the throne. Princess Lyra stood at her mother's side, eyes wide with recognition. Leon bowed awkwardly. He felt entirely out of place in his damaged uniform, arm bandaged from the medical station. Yet Rena rose with measured grace, her cloak rippling in colors that echoed the twin suns. She approached him slowly, studying him with eyes bright as molten silver. "You placed your life before my daughter's," she said. Her voice held the steady power of someone used to command, yet there was softness beneath it. "Your act carries weight among my people. You owe us nothing, yet you acted as if you were one of our own." Leon stood straight, though his shoulder pounded. "I did what any person should." She was in danger. Many, Rena replied, would have fled. "I could not," Leon said simply. The hall murmured. Some advisors exchanged glances. Others bowed their heads. Rena stepped closer until she stood barely an arm's length away. "In our tradition," she said, One who saves the royal blood without hesitation is honored beyond measure. But what you did was deeper than duty or law. You acted without being asked. You acted as Kin Hex. And so by the right of the throne, by the witness of my daughter, and by the breath of this world, I call you such." Leon blinked. "I am sorry." "You call me what?" "Kin," she said. "You are no longer outsider. You are bound to us. You are part of the royal line's circle. You will not leave this world unless I allow it. You are precious to us now." The hall fell silent as stone. Leon's mind reeled. He respected the culture of Rethra, but he had not expected this. He had saved a life because it was right, not because he sought position. And now he stood on the edge of becoming something he never meant to be. He looked to Lyra. She offered him a shy nod filled with gratitude. "I do not wish for reward," he said. "Please understand that." Rena smiled gently. "This is not reward. This is recognition." And so it began. In the days that followed, Leon was given a chamber in the palace, healers who tended his wound, and escorts who shadowed him. He was guided through the customs of those considered kin to the throne. He learned their greetings, their feasts, their rites. While honored, he often felt caged. He had lived freely on ships and stations his entire life. Here every corridor carried significance. Every word carried weight. Still, he could not deny that the people respected him. They bowed as he passed. Children approached him with flowers of crystal leaves. Even soldiers who once viewed humans with distant politeness now treated him with open admiration. Yet he longed for his own world. Rethra was beautiful, but it was not home. One morning, Lyra visited his chamber, her steps light and bright. She had grown comfortable around him, grateful beyond measure for his act. She loved to ask him questions about his world, about forests, oceans, and human cities. This time, however, she looked uncertain. "My mother knows you wish to leave," she said. Leon stiffened. "Yes, I have my own path." "She will not let you go," Lyra whispered. "She fears losing you after what you did." Leon exhaled slowly. "I cannot stay forever. I did what was right, but that should not bind me." Lyra hesitated. "Then tell her." Rena met him in the sun hall, where the floor reflected the twin suns like a rippling mirror. She dismissed her guards and approached him alone. She sensed his intent even before he spoke. "You wish to depart," she said. "I must," Leon answered. "Your world is wondrous. Your people are generous. But my life stretches outward. I have duties beyond this palace." Rena studied him for a long moment. Her expression was unreadable. "Among my people," she said, "kin is not a word we use lightly. When I called you such, I bound you to us and us to you. I fear that if you leave, I will lose someone who changed the course of my line's future." "I never meant to change anything," Leon said. "I only meant to save a child. And that," Rena replied softly, "is exactly why you are precious to us." Silence lingered like a fragile thread. "This world is your shelter, if you wish it," Rena continued. "But kinship is not a cage. It is trust. If you ask for freedom, I must decide whether trust is stronger than fear." Leon waited, heart hammering. Finally Rena closed her eyes and opened them with resolve. "You may go," she said. "But if ever you need a home, return. If ever you stand in danger, call us. If ever you feel alone, know that this world holds a place for you." Leon bowed deeply. "Thank you." Lyra entered at that moment, rushing forward to embrace him. Her small arms wrapped around his waist. Her voice trembled. "You saved me," she said. "I will miss you." Leon smiled down at her. "And I will miss you. But you will grow strong. Stronger than you think." Her eyes shimmered. Rena placed a hand on Lyra's shoulder, steadying her. "Go with honor," she said to Lion. The day of departure came beneath a sky painted with shifting colors. The Rethrin palace shimmered behind him as he approached the landing platform. His ship waited, engines warm. Guards stood in formation. Citizens lined the path, silent in respect. When Leon reached the ramp, Rena stepped forward one last time. She handed him a small sphere of lightstone. It pulsed gently in his palm. "This is a callstone," she said. "Only kin may carry one. Wherever you are in the stars, if you press it, we will hear you." Leon nodded, throat tightening. He boarded the ship. The ramp closed. As he took the pilot's seat, he looked through the viewport. Rena and Lyra stood side by side, watching him with calm yet heavy eyes. The ship rose slowly. The world of Rethra sank beneath him, its crystal plains glowing like a tapestry of light. When he broke through the upper atmosphere, the stars opened around him in endless darkness. He set a course for deep space as the engines hummed. He held the callstone gently. It glowed in his hand, a reminder that though he had chosen to leave, a piece of him remained on that world, bound not by duty, but by shared human courage and alien gratitude. He saved the princess without hesitation. And now, even across the stars, the alien queen called him kin.